Major victory for women in the sports world. The 6-year battle for equal pay for members of the U.S. women's national soccer team has finally come to an end with a landmark settlement.
Big reaction today to the Supreme Court's bombshell decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, leaving the abortion rights to state lawmakers. Just moments after the announcement, Americans on both sides of the debate took to the streets to let their feelings be known.
Serena Williams has all but confirmed her retirement from tennis after defeat in the third round of the U.S. Open.
Good day, everyone. We're coming on the air with some sad breaking news. Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch, has died at the age of 96.
Now to the deadly protests in Iran tonight, spreading now to some 80 Iranian cities and around the globe. Authorities cracking down in Iran. All of it sparked by the death of a young woman in the custody of the morality police.
Good morning. We have breaking news. ABC News has learned that Brittany Griner, the WNBA star, has been released from a Russian prison.
As we take a look at some of this year's biggest stories, women's rights have returned as a primary issue driving voters. In fact, the word woman has been selected as the word of the year by dictionary.com. Here to explain why, Forbes women editor Maggie McGrath. She's also the driving force of the Know Your Value and Forbes annual 50 over 50 lists. So Maggie, I guess first of all, why was this word chosen as the word of the year, and what does it say about how it's shaping our national dialogue?
Well, Mika, as we saw in that fabulous sizzle reel that just played, and this is what the folks at dictionary.com said, the word woman was inseparable from the story of 2022. And we see that in the numbers. Dictionary.com over the course of 2022 saw a doubling in the number of searches for this word. The biggest jump came in March. There was a 1,400% surge in people looking for the word woman, and that was because of the Senate confirmation hearings for Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson for the Supreme Court. She was asked, can you define the word woman? And she basically said, no, I can't. And then in a follow-up question the next day, she said, I know that I am a woman. And I think that's what a lot of us would say. And that's also what dictionary.com says. They said, you know, we're not the final authority on this. The word belongs to women and how they define it for themselves.
And what other crucial moments involving women happened in the past year that really resulted in the uptick in people searching the word and obviously the word being chosen as word of the year?
So, of course, the Dobbs decision, which overturned Roe v. Wade, we saw a surge there, and related searches to the word autonomy, meaning freedom or independence. We saw surges around the U.S. women's soccer team equal pay settlement, the $24 million settlement that was announced this year. We saw similar surges around the death of Mahsa Amini and the remarkable protests we've seen in Iran for women's rights and human rights. And, of course, the death of Queen Elizabeth, which I learned from dictionary.com again, that the word queen has an etymology that goes back to an Old English word that means woman. So it's just so intertwined. And I think what it also says is people are searching for this word because they want to understand the experience of women. They want to understand the experience of female leaders, people running for office who may receive more abuse than their male counterparts, female founders who receive lower levels of funding than their male counterparts. So it's my hope that in searching for this word and seeking understanding, maybe we can find some solutions to these problems.
So while we're at it, what other words made the short list for Word of the Year?
So this was funny. One of the words was the Ukrainian flag emoji, which we can probably have a separate debate if the Ukrainian flag emoji is a word. But we also found inflation, quiet quitting, the phenomenon where you kind of only do what your job description requires, democracy, and of course, my favorite game, Wordle.
And just looking ahead, I know we'll be talking about a lot of these issues at the 3050 Summit on and around International Women's Day. But what other stories or issues do you think we'll be seeing a lot more of in the next year?
So I've been hearing from my sources, and I'm sure you've been hearing the same, that the attack on reproductive rights is not going to end when the calendar turns to 2023. We are going to see more rollbacks, more state restrictions. We may see an attack on contraception. So I think reproductive rights writ large is something to watch next year. I also, looking at the quiet quitting trend or phenomenon. There's another word that's bubbling up called career cushioning, which is kind of a cutesy term just for looking for a job while you have a job. But as we see more layoffs in the corporate sector, as we see more people needing to look for jobs, I think we're going to see more of that word. And relatedly, another cushion, emergency cushion. I was speaking to Forbes contributor Alona Lamonta-Volkova, who was talking about if you are a woman, if you are a person of color, you need to save more in your emergency cushion.
Wow. Okay, editor of Forbes Women, Maggie McGrath, thank you very much. And for more on this story, head over to Forbes.com. We're also going to be hearing a lot more from Maggie in the weeks to come as we get ready for the Forbes 3050 Summit with Know Your Value in Abu Dhabi. The event, which will take place in March over International Women's Day, will have a star-studded lineup of speakers. We already have Hillary Clinton, Gloria Steinem, Aisha Curry, Malala, and more to come. More announcements coming soon. Be sure to get your tickets to the 3050 Summit soon. Consider bringing a team or a group of mentees like I am. We're also getting ready to launch our second annual global 50 over 50 lists, the Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and the Asia lists. Nominations for those lists are still open until December 31st. To get more details on all of this, go to Forbes.com or KnowYourValue.com.